next week for the show. Because I know we wanted to talk about Black Superman.
Yes, we definitely need to talk about Black Superman.
and not the Hobbs and Shaw Black Superman, you know.
Though The Rock, if they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make Superman and it's gonna be The Rock," I'd be like, "All right, I'm down with that."
Yeah. Or let me try to think if we're gonna go Black Superman. I just want like a big, I ain't gonna lie, big massive brother that's just like, I want somebody that's dieseled and ripped up. I don't want, like, I mean, I heard Michael B. Jordan. I don't want Michael B. Jordan. Like, no.
Nah, he had his chance.
I look like I could beat up Michael B. Jordan. I don't need my Superman look like he can get beat up.
You just don't like Michael B. Jordan. That's what it is.
Touche. Nah, I rock with Michael B. Jordan. I don't think he's good as an actor as everybody else, you know.
You're wrong, but it's fine.
I just feel like everybody's like, "Oh, Michael B. Jordan in this, he gonna kill it," and I'm like, "Does he really kill it?"
He killed it as freaking Killmonger.
Killmonger's mythos was what killed it. Michael B. Jordan was not like.
No one else could have done what Michael B. Jordan is. Not even Idris Elba could have been like Michael B. Jordan in that movie.
Nah, that's crazy talk.
That's not crazy talk.
That's insane.
Dude, he had a swagger to him that's unparalleled. Like he made T'Challa look like a punk, man.
Bro, this Joker was from California, then he had a California accent. What are we talking about?
Look, not everybody who's born in California has an accent.
Come on, man. He's born in the slums of Cali. All them Jokers got a West Coast, at least twang with them.
He was from Oakland. I'm surprised he made it out.
I know. T'Challa just going to land his ship in there like they ain't going to steal them rims.
Come back, he's just like some knobs and stuff on the ground. Like, what happened to the ship?
So Jaron just told me the episode will be uploaded in 3 hours. I'm glad he can feel my pain finally. When I'm uploading shows and y'all like, "Oh, what take?" I'm like, "Yes, it takes. That's what takes all my time is uploading."
This is why I didn't volunteer to start editing and stuff like that. I know how to edit too. I ain't doing it. That shit's not fun.
And I appreciate your honesty because I agree.
I went to art school. I know how to do all that shit.
Yeah, Jaren's like, "Oh, we need to start doing this and that with the edit and blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Bro, we ain't making no money. You know how much time that takes?" Nah, we good. we doing one take shorty. If we don't get it in one take,
it's over.
I may go in and edit a couple of pauses out, or if you say something crazy or wild. But if other than that, nah, bro.
I haven't said anything too crazy or wild yet, have I? I don't know.
Nah, I mean, most people kill me about my Michael B. Jordan take. I mean, but it is what it is. I'm gonna stand by that.
So that's an interesting hill to die on. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
I mean, again, I give him his props for Fruitville Station, and that's another reason I was like,
what about Creed? The first one, man. He was. I don't know.
He wasn't acting good in Creed, man.
Good in Creed. The first one. The second one was boring, but the first one was great.
He was just solemn faced in Creed.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, what do you want to be? Want to be out there happy and stuff like, I'm about to go do a boxing match. It's gonna be fun.
No, but my critique of Michael B. Jordan is that Michael B. Jordan is Michael B. Jordan in every movie. You just change the character name. Yes, and I won't say Will Smith is a great actor in most of his movies. He's an okay actor in most of them.
So is what's the dude?
Oh, it's a lot of actors.
Leonardo DiCaprio is probably the same dude in every film. And
I'll admit it's a lot of actors that do that. I'm not saying he's just by himself. I'm saying that when people talk about Michael B. Jordan, they got him like in that echelon of like the Tom Hanks and the Denzel Washingtons and all that. I'm like, whoa. This dude is just the same dude in every
Denzel movie. Washington is the same person in every movie.
Nah.
Yes. That's 100%.
That is not true.
Same dude in every movie, and he's great. We love him for it, but he's the same dude.
I think what confuses is because he speaks the same way in every movie, but the complexities of his characters are different. And actually, I was just talking about this the other day when I was talking to somebody, because somebody said the same thing. And I said, the little things that you notice about Denzel that sets his characters apart. And here's an example of it. You remember in Training Day, right? And it's this the little things. This is what I say is a good actor. Training Day, you know, Zoe got the wavy lays in his hair, and it's a part where he brushes his hair, and he's just like, doing how you brush your hair with waves. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, maybe.
Don't
tell my brother.
Watch Flight. he brushes his hair like an old man, back like that, like an old man does. Like that little stuff is what I'm saying. Like, you know who your character is, and you're putting out a different feel of your character. Like, that's the stuff I'm talking about. Michael B. Jordan, the same motherfucker. He just like yeah. Again, Fruitvale Station is the only time I felt like for Fruitvale Station and The Wire. The only times I thought he acted different.
In The Wire, he was like 14, so
he didn't know who he was.
He didn't know what to do anyway.
He didn't know the working formula is just be the same character.
Just be myself and get shot by my friends.
And take my shirt
Spoiler
off.
alert for a 20-year-old show.
Yeah, well, if they ain't on The Wire now, there ain't no hope for them. But yeah, that's all it is take off my shirt and look at the camera sexy and sad. Michael B. Jordan, Acting School 101.
And he'll make $1 million doing it. And
people 100%. Show up. And I want to
be there. I'm like, oh man, I even like that. But hey, you take your shirt off, I'm gonna pay my money.
I haven't finished watching. I haven't watched Just Mercy yet, so I know people probably gonna be like, "Oh, Just Mercy." I haven't watched Just Mercy yet, but I'm assuming it ain't gonna be no different. He's just a lawyer, but Michael B. Jordan is a lawyer.
He's gonna be a lawyer that beats up people, finding a way to take off his shirt and bare knuckle box people,
wrapping his suit jacket sleeve around his hand. Y'all gonna let this guy out of jail one way or another. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, me and Jason decided to come on and do a little bit of live trailer reaction, especially more for me than anything because I have not seen the new trailer for the Eternals. Marvel just dropped it, I believe today. Jason hit me up and said, "Hey man, have you seen the trailer for the Eternals?" I said, "Nah, not yet." And he goes, "Oh man, you got to see it." And I said, "Well, let's do a live video on it and see what we think and have some fun with it." So we decided to go ahead and drop this here, doing it live. Plus, this is going to give you something to hold you over until we actually get episode 5 posted. So while you do that, we'll hold you on over. So let's go ahead and get this thing queued on up here.
Let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
Actually, I got to put the audio on here. So let me go and get that going as well because that will probably help that I can hear it,
100% live, guys.
Yeah.
Recorded.
You get to see how the sausage is made, literally. Okay. All right, we're gonna start this trailer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I like any trailer that starts with water, so I'm already sold. All right, I'm getting Zack Snyder vibes here, guy. I don't know if I really like that vibe that I'm getting.
This shot, I think is really cool.
Oh shit! Okay.
I like this a lot.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
No, I'm not that familiar with the Eternals, so I don't know who none of these folks is.
I don't think anybody is.
Oh, go Paperboy. Okay, I see you, Paperboy. That boy out here getting that Atlanta money and Marvel money and Godzilla money.
Unguided, we have helped them progress and seen them accomplish wonders.
I'm not really a big fan of Angelina Jolie, but
throughout the years,
I'm gonna go see this movie.
Yeah, I'm good on Angelina as well. Unless you want to adopt me, then I'm here for that.
You are the right complexion.
All right. Oh, we're gonna get some Bollywood. Okay.
Love that.
Oh man, Jon Snow in the building.
I hope he smiles in this movie. Like,
he ain't
I've never
that,
seen him smile before.
You know he ain't doing that, bro. That's white Michael B. Jordan.
That's Michael B. Jordan. British Michael B. Jordan.
Thank you for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
So now that Captain Rogers and Iron Man are both gone, who do you think's gonna lead the Avengers?
I could lead them.
Oh, they clapped on him like that. Damn, bro. Okay.
It looks fun. Looks good.
Wow. That's a lot. I mean, besides me hating at the beginning, getting Snyder vibes like that, That's a damn good trailer. It gives us something to expect, but not enough that we actually know what the hell is going on. I didn't see any like villains in it, so that's cool. I think that's always dope to kind of hold that back a little bit. I think my initial takeaways are one, it seems like we're still gonna get that Marvel humor. Two, I don't know if these characters are that diverse in the books, but like they
No.
really.
They're
Oh, okay, all
all
right. Okay, they really went the diversity. Got Paperboy in there, Asian chick. I mean, my boy. And I can't think of his name. The Indian dude. I can't think of his name.
No, none. I can't say his last name.
Yeah, they got
I don't
real
wanna
buffed
ruin
up
it.
a couple
I'm
of years
sorry.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. They don't expect us to know no shit anyway. So, but he got buffed up for it, and it looked like we're gonna get some Bollywood action up in there. That's what it seemed like.
Well, this movie is
Now-
directed by the same lady that directed Nomad's Land. That won.
Oh wow,
I
okay.
think it won an Oscar this past go around. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that she won an Oscar for Best Picture or something like that. And
Okay.
like that makes me pretty hopeful. But also on the same hand, like Ang Lee directed The Hulk and he won an Oscar, and The Hulk is just straight garbage. So hopefully, like she can put her artistry in it without just like, oh yeah, comic book movies. People like comic books. Let's put some frames and stuff in here. That'll be fun, and just make it completely god awful. But I believe
Yeah,
she's.
he did,
I mean, she's won an Oscar, so she's got to be, good at what she does. So it's not like I should worry. It's just that sometimes people who are like already artsy people are like, let's be artsy about this, and we don't want that in our Marvel movies.
Nah, I think Marvel will scale that back. I think they learned from the sins of their past, like Ang Lee's Hulk before they kind of were united and was like, yeah, just make a Hulk movie. Yeah, figure it
That'll
out.
be fun.
I think
You'll
Marvel's like, Kevin Feige's like, nah. We need some
I got
darker grays, some generic music, and then just have quippy jokes and make sure the action and storyline are just good enough that people won't complain.
I got these
it? All right.
guidelines for you. You got to follow this, follow these rules real quick.
And
But,
as people
it
think we're
looks
joking,
good.
but that's how Marvel does. They do have a guideline of like things to do in the movies that make sure that happens or make sure it's very well articulated in the movie. That's why Age of Ultron's a mess because they gave him like a bunch of stuff to do, and Joss Whedon was not trying to make that kind of movie, but ended up making that kind of movie.
I'm sure Josh Whedon was too busy insulting his actors and making it a toxic work environment for him to follow the rules. So,
well, that too.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to let Josh Whedon alone, man. Let him.
No, it's fine. He did it.
Let him rebuild his reputation.
No, we'll just shame him until he quits. No, but I did like that. I mean, all in all, man, without knowing too much about the Eternals, I think it gave us a good taste. I do love that they did the smart thing because everybody's initial question is going to be, oh, well, how come they weren't trying to help the Earth and the planet when Thanos was doing all this craziness? Seems like from the trailer, they kind of already answered that and got away from that shit. Like, yeah, we watched you guys. We helped you when we were like, go live your lives.
We don't interfere. We're just here. We'll lay a little breadcrumbs so you can do it yourself. But, we're not going to take a big hand. And that's probably the only way they could possibly do it. You can't have like superpowered people just hanging around and be like, oh, yeah, the world's getting destroyed. We should help with that. Shouldn't we? Like, nah. Like, that dude on the steroids and the guy in the suit, they got it.
Right. Well, they did have a superpowered character, and it's called Captain Marvel, and they pretty much they shelved her every time they could. They nerfed her like her name was Superman. They were like, oh yeah, she can handle Thanos by herself. Just punch her into space, have her be across the galaxy, helping other civilizations. Like, yeah, they nerfed her every time they could in Avengers.
But one thing that does make me sad about this movie, and this is kind of like nothing to do with the movie itself, is the fact that they canceled kind of a similar sort of movie at DC with the Fourth World or the New Gods movie got canceled, and that was supposed to be directed by Ava DuVay, I think her name is, and I was really excited for that and this is kind of like sort of the same thing of a bunch of characters that are kind of like on the ancillary side of the universe doing their thing. And I'm much more of a DC fan, so I was really excited for that movie. But they're like, "Oh no, we don't know what we're doing with our content, so let's just fuck it up."
Yeah, I heard that about her. I will say I had tempered expectations because I did watch A Wrinkle in Time, which I know genre-wise is completely different. I wasn't happy about A Wrinkle in Time, so I kind of got worried that because DC, unlike Marvel, DC typically doesn't have the the blueprinted script should be like,
There's no
hey,
structure whatsoever.
right. So it could have been all over the place. But I mean, this is sister, so I would have supported it. Probably would have watched it twice just to help her.
They would have let her shoot her movie, and she's like, "Oh, my vision is done." And like, "Oh, cool, thanks, let's have it." And they would have cut it up to pieces and made it some god awful garbage, and slapped her name all over it, even though she had nothing other than shooting the shots. They would have that shit to hell, and be like, "Hey, this is your vision." It's like, no.
We'd have been asking for the Ava cut soon.
Yeah, we would have asked for the Ava cut.
All right. Well, I guess of all things, the number one thing for a trailer is supposed to get you excited about the film. So, did it accomplish its goal for you, Jason?
Yes, and I will not watch another trailer. Any more trailers to come out, I'm not going to watch them because they have a way of spoiling everything in the movie. So, this is a nice little snippet, little tidbit to wet the palate. So, I'm pretty excited about this movie. So, I'm going to watch it when it comes out. I'm going to be there in the theater with my mask on.
Know what you do? Here's the trick. I'm gonna tell you the trick in the theater. So you go and you bring a Lysol spray, the little small one, and a little thing of Lysol wipes. Just wipe, spray
everything.
You're good, man. You're good. You'll be fine. I will agree with you. I think it's got me amped to watch it. Now it has me more amped to know more about the characters, so I can know, why Angelina Jolie's character was having like the blade that was being made, and is that a power of hers, or is this just some kind of magical blade? Is she like Wonder Woman of the Marvel universe, or whatever? So I'm actually intrigued to see how they do this. But also, was that confirmation that Steve Rogers is dead?
No, they just say he's gone.
Okay. Well, they lumped him in with Iron Man, so that's why I was like,
Well, now that they're gone, and we don't know. I mean, we know Iron Man's dead, but we don't know. I mean, he was also a 90-year-old man, so let's assume that time caught up to him and did what it does to 90-year-old people. But it doesn't. You never know. Especially they were talking about bringing Iron Man back, and we saw his dead body, so you never know with these things. All right, they could be like he's gone, but he could be on a spaceship traveling around with his rock band. Solving mysteries. You never know with this stuff.
They became the Scooby-Doo gang of the galaxy.
Yeah, freaking. Nick Fury's on a spaceship right now, so
facts.
It's all in the air. It can be anything happen.
And we did see from I guess Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is technically still canon. I mean, Coulson came back, so
no, I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is in its own pocket universe, just like all the TV stuff, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil, they are supposed to happen in the main timeline, but Kevin Feige didn't like the guy who was in charge of the TV Marvel stuff, so he's like, oh no, that's their own thing, even though they make reference to like stuff that happens in the main Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's like, oh right. No, it's their own thing. I
guess you got to kind of make it multi-universal, because I think at the last, the Defenders or something, they were about to destroy like a whole city or state. You would think the Avengers or somebody would representative would show up and be like, hey,
yo, I know this blind ninja who's fucking badass, man. He can come help us out when we're fighting. He's pretty cool. I know this really strong black dude, and you can shoot him in the face and he'd be fine. I think we can help us out a little bit. And I know this whiny ass rich guy. It's kind of like Tony Stark, but he's really whiny, and he knows like pretty terrible martial arts. Let's just leave him alone. But just in case we need somebody to take a bullet for us, we can call him up.
Yeah, I think that's the only disappointment I had in Avengers Endgame, is that I was expecting those street level characters to make like a second cameo, like the whole scene where the whole of them come out of the portals. I was like, just a panning shot that would have showed all four of them like ready. You didn't have to show them again after that. I thought it would have been better.
And you think like, since Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Tony Stark, for the most part, they're all living in New York City. They would have heard about like Manhattan's not that big. Right. It's not that big of an island. In Daredevil, it makes it look like Hell's Kitchen is like 40 blocks long, but it's only like a couple of blocks. They would have heard about a blind ninja fucking up, crime bosses in Hell's Kitchen. They would have known about that. Like, oh, let's call that dude up. They would have known about because Luke Cage was like popular. He was all over the news and stuff. Let's call up the black guy who can get shot in the face and not die. Let's have him, do traffic stops or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have invited Luke Cage because all those teams always have a quota. You
We already got two black dudes. You
don't need a third one. God forbid. I mean, I guess he could join in now. God rest his soul. We did lose one, so
yeah.
I guess Luke Cage you can fill that spot right on in there. But nah, come on, man, they got a quota. They're like, hold on, Falcon, War Machine, Black. Okay, that's enough.
Well, in Black Panther's defense, he's from Africa, so he's not technically a black dude. He's an African dude. That's two different things.
You're correct because all the Africans will give you mad hate for saying that.
Yeah. Don't you love associated.
Right. Don't associate me with you lazy American blacks. Yes, you are correct.
So we could have added one more black dude to the Avengers team. Somebody from the streets, which is always what I hate about like the comic books, and I like what Marvel has done now. They kind of change a lot of the backstories of a lot of these characters. But back in the day, every one of these characters, with the exception of T'Challa, was from Harlem. They're all in street gangs. It's like black people come from other places too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we living in Georgia right now. That's where black people are from.
Yeah, no, I will agree because even like Falcon had, was it Slick or something? Was like
it was
alternate personality or something.
Slick Wilson, he was a pimp or something like that, but he was brainwashed being a pimp, and it's like I understand it's these comics were written by a bunch of nice, well-meaning white dudes in New York City, but y'all could like picked up a book or something. I don't know before writing these.
Yeah. Well, we got half of Miles Morales. He didn't get a gang thing situation going on, and
he's biracial. He was actually created in a time where people could realize that black is not a monolith, and there's different black people all over the world. But they would have to have him stay in New York because Spider-Man doesn't really work in Atlanta. He would have been like, he'd be walking a lot.
Catching Marta to beat bad guys up.
Oh, man, I got to get out the bucket, man.
Yeah, not a good look for Spider-Man on that one. Yeah, I never thought about that. If Spider-Man ever relocated, he's out of a job.
He's useless. have him go to Dallas. He's just like 4 buildings. He'd be like, I don't know what to do.
From Spider-Man to Calipitter Man.
I can jump really high. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah, because remember the Spider-Man game? I think it was PS2, where it was like open world.
Yes.
And it was a part where you could get into the park where there was no buildings around. You were fucked then. And you had to try to get onto a tree or something and like hope you can get to a building and swing out of there. Yes. I do remember that being like, damn, if I'm not around a building, I can't fucking do anything but run.
Spider-Man's lost in Central Park. He just like, I don't know. It's his weakness, is open spaces.
Well, thank you guys for listening and watching to our live reaction to the Eternals trailer for Marvel Studios. Marvel does another hit, knocks another one out the park, man. I can't, as much as I always kind of want to throw a little shade on Marvel because they are formulaic, like the formula works, and I'm intrigued and excited every time they come out. So they already have my money. I just want to set that aside for them and enjoy it. But Jasen, any closing words, remarks, thoughts about anything?
Oh, I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's do it.
All right. And guys, if you are just tuning in for the first time to the N-Word for Nerd podcast, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, was it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Google Podcasts. You can find us pretty much anywhere, everywhere. Follow us on Instagram at Headcanon Circus. Check us out there. We keep coming with the hot takes and all that great stuff like that. But other than that, I guess we will see you next time. Jasen, thank you as always.
Thanks.
And guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.